Greetings, weary travellers of this vastly extensive galaxy, and slaves of the will of the Force, and acolytes of the darkness, and welcome back to another video, an unveiling of holocrons. I have been expecting you. Today we will be delving into one of the more obscure parts of the Clone Wars TV show, in my opinion, being possibly the best, or at least in the top 3 best parts and arcs in the entirety of the Clone Wars, as well as the episodes. I am of course talking about the Mortis arc. The Mortis arc, visiting the ethereal plane of Mortis, where we are introduced to the father, the son, and the daughter, the embodiments of the Force itself, with the son embodying the dark, the Lord being the persona, an extension of the light side in its purity and selfishness, and then the father being the balance to sustain them all between his 2 children. But there is a mother. I have visited her many times in this archives, and journeyed into the incredible mouth of the maw and the perils and dangers that the black holes surrounding it provide. I have journeyed into the depths of the maw, into the realm of beyond shadows, and seen things that cannot be unseen, dark side horrors, weapons, and ethereal beings and mutations that would haunt your weariest nightmares, my acolytes and students. Today, we shall be delving in to possibly the only way to kill in canon and legends, kill a celestial, the celestials and force wielders, being the son, the father, the daughter, and then finally the mother, the queen of the stars, the bringer of chaos, Abeloth. This deduction was made by Luke Skywalker and is further confirmed in the Clone Wars TV show. Join us as we implore ourselves to learn and unveil another holocron about the mysterious and elusive Dagger of Mortis. The Dagger of Mortis, sometimes simply referred to as the Mortis Dagger, was a mystical, ethereal, revolving weapon that resided in the altar of the wild space world and corporeal form of Mortis. The weapon was kept concealed and hidden on the realm of Mortis by the Father, an immensely powerful, masterful, and proficient Force-sensitive godlike being, who was the father of the daughter and the son. He kept it as a means that could control his children, the daughter and the son, the embodiments of the dark and light side of the Force respectively. The weapon was capable of controlling the sibling pair of powerful and nigh unstoppable and opposed Force wielders. It was also capable of killing them if necessary. When used on the father, however, his death at the hands of the dagger would rob his children of their immortality and their extensive powers, with this being displayed during the events of the Clone Wars, where the father impales himself and commits suicide in order for Anakin Skywalker to sneak up behind him and kill his son. When the father became aware that the Chosen One, a prophesied Jedi lesson, had appeared in the galaxy in the form of Anakin Skywalker, he lured the Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker, as well as his Padawan Ahsoka and comrade-in-arms Obi-Wan, believed to be the Chosen One, to his realm on Mortis. However, despite passing the father's tests to prove himself as the Chosen One, Skywalker inevitably refused to remain on Fortis in the father's place, who was dying despite his supposed immortality. The son then attempted to lure Skywalker to the seductive power of the dark side of the Force, forcing the daughter and Obi-Wan Kenobi, Skywalker's former Jedi Master, to retrieve the dagger from the altar of Mortis in an attempt to gain control and dominion over the events of the son. The son, however, was able to rob the dagger from the grasp of the Jedi, killing Skywalker's Padawan Ahsoka Tano. When the son attempted to kill the father following, the daughter intervened and, using Force augmentation, allowed herself to be impaled instead of her father. The Dagger of Mortis was theorized as being the only weapon that could kill the Celestials, the Force wielders, and the ones of Mortis. A distraught son left the dagger behind and used the daughter's remaining life force was utilized to resurrect a corrupted and dying Ahsoka Tano in a final effort to stop the son's reign of terror and regime upon the galaxy. The father used the dagger on himself, committing suicide, stabbing himself through the abdomen, robbing the son of his immortality, and allowing Anakin to deliver a mortal wound with his lightsaber, impaling both of them. The act brought balance to the Force back to Mortis by killing all of the Celestials and the Force wielders. The dagger, along with the entire planet, disappeared in a blinding white flash of light from the father's monastery. Now, the reason I bring up the legend of the perversion of the dark side of the Force Abeloth, a very entity, was due to the fact that during her duel with Grandmaster Luke Skywalker, the most powerful Jedi to ever live, and Dark Lord of the Sith Darth Krayt, formerly a bounty hunter, a Jedi Master, and a Tusken Raider, she was killed. However, a tentacle remained. This allowed Luke to perceive that she was not dead, and that a being like her, similar to the ones, was beyond any of them, that he was only 1% in her unmatched true potential. This is an insane feat in Star Wars lore, as Abeloth's host bodies were killed multiple times, and should have entombed her to the void of chaos, like Vitiate and Darth Sidious, condemned to spend all of eternity wandering aimlessly in the eternal darkness. However, it only took a tentacle to display to Luke that Abeloth was not dead. She would never truly be dead. She was a god entity, an entity embodying the pure fury and power that the dark side possessed, having drank from the font of power and bathed in the pool of knowledge. Abeloth was nigh unstoppable and was only convinced and killed when Dark Lord of the Sith Darth Krayt and Grandmaster Luke Skywalker banded together in an attempt to destroy her, and eventually succeeded. Luke Skywalker only speculated, however, and theorized that if the Dagger of Mortis was to be recovered upon reliving and indulging himself in the knowledge of the archives of his father Anakin's mission to Mortis, that it could be the only way to defeat the eldritch abomination Abeloth, if the need arose for her return during a shift in the Force every few thousand years. Anyway, my friends, that is the complete history of the Dagger of Mortis, the only canonical and Legends weapon that was capable of defeating and killing the eldritch abomination, dark side of the Force embodiment, light side of the Force persona, and the balance to intermediate them, the ones of Mortis. However, it was only speculated that it could kill Abeloth, and if she returned and the Dagger of Mortis was not present and did not have the ability to slay the eldritch abomination of the dark side, Abeloth could very easily subjugate the entirety of Star Wars galaxy, defeat the Yuzong Vong and all other beings, and force them and the entire galaxy's entities to his knees. With that out of the way, acolytes, I hope you have enjoyed this lore. Be sure to like and subscribe, and strike down the subscribe button if you wish to ascend to the rank of Master. Comment down below whether you would like to view and observe on the actions of the ones more, bathe in the font of power, or drink from the pool of knowledge, or the other way around. It is up to you. Goodbye, acolytes, and I pray that you are not on the receiving end of my blaster pistol in the galaxy far, far away.